Imagine cutting your grocery bill dramatically, not by sacrificing your favorite foods, but by using a few simple kitchen tools. Stick around, because I'm about to reveal the gadgets that have transformed my kitchen and saved me a small fortune on groceries. I've gathered my top picks, ranging from the most affordable to more significant investments, to help everyone save money no matter their budget. First up, a truly inexpensive yet impactful investment: a quality set of kitchen knives. While it might seem basic, good knives are crucial. Buying large cuts of meat in bulk is significantly cheaper than purchasing pre-cut portions. For example, a whole chicken costs less than chicken tenders, and a full pork loin is more economical than individual pork steaks. If you have dull or ineffective knives, this money-saving strategy quickly becomes frustrating. With sharp, reliable knives, portioning and preparing your own meat is easy, making bulk purchases a breeze and significantly reducing your grocery expenses. Next, consider a vacuum sealer. I've found this little device, typically costing around €20, to be incredibly effective at extending the shelf life of food. It seals mason jars, for instance, dramatically preserving items like our freshly made pork lard. Since I started vacuum sealing for storage, I've noticed a significant reduction in food spoilage, leading to substantial savings. There are many brands available, so I recommend checking reviews to find a well-regarded model. Moving on, let's talk about the bread maker. I purchased mine over a decade ago for about €100, and it has worked flawlessly ever since. While prices may have increased, the long-term value remains. Simply add your ingredients, set it, and forget it. You can even use a timer to wake up to the aroma of freshly baked bread. Initially, I used it to bake full loaves, but now I often use it just for mixing and rising the dough before baking in the oven, allowing for different shapes and techniques. It's incredibly convenient. Imagine coming home from church on Sunday with friends, and a fresh loaf is ready, mixed and baked automatically. Beyond the monetary savings, store-bought bread can be surprisingly expensive. It offers immense peace of mind. It genuinely concerns me when I find a store-bought loaf in the cupboard after 2 months, looking exactly as it did on the day I bought it, devoid of any mold. Homemade bread, in contrast, typically shows mold within 3 days. This stark difference makes me question what preservatives are in commercial bread. The bread maker simplifies the process of making fresh, wholesome bread at home, and the easier something is, the more likely you are to do it. Another fantastic tool is a meat grinder. You might think, I don't grind my own meat, but a home use grinder, which isn't overly expensive, can be a game changer. I've even used mine to grind entire deer. The savings are substantial, similar to the bulk meat concept. Around the holidays, whole turkeys can be found for as little as 30 to 1, €75 per kilogram. Grinding it yourself saves a fortune compared to buying pre-ground turkey, which can cost €8 per kilogram at other times of the year. Similarly, pork roasts often go on sale for around €20 per kilogram, allowing you to grind your own breakfast sausage at a fraction of the cost of pre-packaged versions. You get a higher quality product, control over the fat content, and a better price. If you hunt or fish, you can grind your own game meat, or even make homemade sausages as gifts. It's a versatile gadget that truly pays off if you commit to using it. If you regularly buy bottled water, a water distiller is an excellent investment. I bought mine for about €100 online. Instead of purchasing countless bottles, I simply use tap water or even collected rainwater and run it through the distiller. This is particularly valuable if you engage in activities like fermenting or canning, which often requires sterile distilled water. The distiller quickly pays for itself, typically within a couple of months, by eliminating the continuous expense of buying gallons of water. However, a crucial warning: distilled water is dead water, stripped of all its minerals, whether store-bought or homemade. Many health issues today are linked to our modern water supply being mineral depleted compared to the mineral-rich well water our ancestors drank. Personally, I add a few drops of concentrated seawater minerals, rich in magnesium and over 70 trace minerals, all found in the correct proportions in our blood, to each liter of distilled water. This replenishes the minerals, transforming it into mineral water. Alternatively, a tiny pinch of baking soda can turn your homemade distilled water into alkaline mineral water. Next, a pressure cooker, like an Instant Pot or any similar brand, is incredibly convenient. Its ease of use encourages more home cooking, reducing costly takeout meals. You can set it and forget it, with meals cooked and ready when you return from work. I use mine frequently for making homemade pet food, among other things. If it broke, I'd replace it immediately. It's particularly useful in hot climates, as it cooks quickly in an enclosed environment, preventing your kitchen from heating up. This means your air conditioning doesn't have to work harder to cool the house while you're cooking, saving on electricity bills. In winter, a simmering pot on the stove can warm your home. But in summer, a pressure cooker gets the job done in 30 minutes, delicious food without the added heat and expense. Canning is another powerful way to save money, time, and even improve your health. Traditional stovetop canners cost around €100 and are excellent for large batches. However, electric canners, though a bit more expensive, offer unparalleled convenience. Their set-it-and-forget-it functionality means you'll likely use them more often. This investment saves money not only by allowing you to preserve produce and bulk sale items, but also by providing ready-to-eat meals. Instead of ordering takeout when you're short on time, you can simply open a jar and heat up a home-canned meal. It also simplifies preserving garden produce and leftovers, further reducing waste and grocery bills. Crucially, canning eliminates the energy costs associated with long-term refrigeration or freezing, a benefit often overlooked. Speaking of preserving, investing in a freezer can also save a lot of money. While I won't go into excessive detail as it's a larger investment, a freezer allows you to buy items on sale and store them for later. Instead of deciding you want tacos today and buying all the ingredients at full price, you can stock up on ground meat or chicken tenders when they're discounted. Then you simply check your freezer to see what you have available, making your grocery budget stretch further. It's also perfect for storing garden produce or freezing large batches of meals for convenient meal prep, preventing food waste. Now, let's talk about freeze drying. This is likely the most significant investment among all the gadgets mentioned, which is why it's not for everyone. However, prices for these machines are rapidly decreasing and they're becoming more compact, making them accessible to a broader audience. Like a freezer, it's an upfront investment. But here's a key advantage. If your freezer fails or a power outage occurs, you risk losing all your stored food. Financial weights from such an event could easily cover the cost of a small to medium-sized freeze dryer. With freeze drying, you pay for the machine once and the electricity for the drying process once. Unlike freezing, there's no continuous energy cost, and the food doesn't spoil if left too long or if the power goes out. Once freeze-dried, food is shelf-stable for an estimated 25 years, though it can last even longer, with nutritional value gradually depleting after that period. This eliminates the ongoing expense and risk of other preservation methods. While not for everyone, if you have a garden, hunt, fish, or preserve a lot of your own food, it's definitely worth considering. You can even use it for a business, creating products to sell at farmers markets, or making your own vitamins and supplements. If you're interested, let me know in the comments, and I can create a dedicated video on the pros and cons of owning a freeze dryer. I hope this overview of my favorite kitchen gadgets helps you save money on your groceries. These are the tools I use most often and find most impactful for my budget. If you enjoyed this content, please like, share, and subscribe to Sovereign Garden so you don't miss future videos designed to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.